Hi, I'm Laura and I'm the owner of Freshwater Gills, and I just want to spend this time to explain to you a little bit about our Great Lakes collection. So our Great Lakes collection is really a collection of fabrics that I personally have designed and have been turned into different textiles. And we use these textiles, these different designs, for a variety of things. Most of the time they're pillows, but they could also be a drape or a small curtain or part of the bedding. But I noticed years ago when I was looking for nautical-inspired fabrics for the different collections and for doing the boat and yacht interiors that most of these things were oriented for the ocean life. You know, we're in the Great Lakes. We don't have seashells, we don't have palm trees, you know, we have perch and walleye. They're not maybe the most beautiful fish. We just don't have some of those things that people think of when they think of nautical. So what is inspiring about our part of the world? What's the lake living thing all about? I mean, some things do cross-pollinate. I mean, obviously, a compass rose is a compass rose. Right away is still a right away. A down east design is in the Atlantic and it's in the Great Lakes. You know, certain things do cross-pollinate, but we do have things like special destination spots that are unique to our area. We've started with some of those destinations here in Lake Erie. We've had the Put-in-Bay Toile, we have the Kelley's Island fabric, and we've also incorporated some other power boat motifs into things like, of course, when you go to Kelley's Island, what do you see? You see a lot of cigarette boats. So, you know, it's just crossing the line. And just a little bit can go a long way. We're not trying to like overwhelm the looks of these collections with a lot of novelty fabric, but they are kind of like special reminders of our special places and what makes the Great Lakes so great. So how do we make these fabrics? Well, it's a digital age, right? And so why don't you come with me? I'm going to go over to the studio and I'm going to show you a little bit of the process of how we make these designs come to life. Hello. Yeah, back here in the studio. So what am I holding? I'm holding really is what you might think is a color chart. It's a color chart. And what it is the inks on different ground cloths. So what is a ground cloth? A ground cloth is the cloth that fabric's printed on. So you can choose from things like twill to a cotton linen, oyster color. I mean, there's a lot of different silks. There's different ground cloths. And so that's one of the decisions to make when you're printing a fabric. But it really starts with a sketch, with an idea, right? So that's what I do. I doodle around. I take images from photography, whether it's the Perry Monument or the Miller Ferry going over to Kelley's Island, and I draw it up. Now it does need to get into a scale. Home Deck Fabrics 54, you have to consider a repeat. These are not one-offs. And so the company I work with, they're very helpful in putting those things into the computer program and checking the repeat and making sure that there's not a breakage and that things flow really well. And so after that, we get what's called a strike-off. And a strike-off is basically just a piece. Now we pick out scale. So scale, let me illustrate. Small scale, big scale. Didn't like this color so much. We didn't do anything with it. Oh, but some things do turn out really well. So if you were with me on the other side and you saw that black and red compass rose, well, here it is in a totally different colorway. And that's what's the fun of it, is we can tailor things to the environment that we're putting it in. So if this doesn't work in color but you like the pattern, we can change it. If you like it and it's a little bit too big, we can change it. So that is the beautiful thing about the digital world of anything, really. And with fabrics and textiles, it's no different. And so 1 yard minimum. Now there are fees for setting things up. It's not that easy to put this all together. Somebody's got to design it, right? But this has been one of the more fun things about doing bedding ensembles and different things for Freshwater Gills, is designing fabric. And I'm really looking forward to doing more. And as we travel and I take more photography and more sketches, I'm hoping to bring into a lot more elements and destination spots for that Great Lakes collection. So check out our bedding. It's on our Freshwater Gills website, and look under for the Great Lakes collection and you'll see little bits and pieces of these things in those ensembles. Okay.